Hey guys, how's it going? Robert here with,
Sherry.
and we're here to do an impromptu live that was unscheduled, and we want to interview some people that we saw were interesting on YouTube that are doing the same thing that we're doing. Similarly, we're full-timing, and as we were looking across YouTube, we came across this couple that I thought would be very interesting, high energy, faith-filled, and just wonderful family to get to know better and introduce you to them. They're the Thomas Family Live, and we want to do an interview with them and get you guys closer to knowing them. So we're glad you're here. So stay tuned. We're going to hang out here for an hour and spend time talking to them.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if they're ready. So guys, give me a thumbs up if you are ready.
All right, waiting on them.
Yep, I'm just going to see whether or not get a thumbs up if you're ready. We can see you. All right.
All right.
Let me see if I have it coming up on my screen too. So Thomas Family Life is coming on in here.
Yeah, it's Roland and Angel Thomas.
Did it reconnect? There we go.
There they are.
Yay.
We see you.
All right.
Let's see. I'm not sure. We're not hearing you, and you look a little frozen, but that could be us.
Can y'all see both of us?
All right, we're dealing with some technical difficulties. Let's check the audio, make sure, because
Yeah.
we're not hearing you guys, so we're checking the audio.
Can you hear us now?
Guests must authenticate.
Yep, we're good there. So check, if you guys can hear us, check down at the bottom where it has mute, stop cam, mic.
Yeah.
Click on that one that says cam, mic, if you have that on there.
Okay.
And then see if it does something there.
Yeah, because we can't hear you.
Mic check. 1, 2. Let's see. It has internal default.
All right, we're still trying to work this through. Give us a minute. We're going to keep working on it.
Can you hear us
Sherry's moving around on the computer trying to make sure, but yeah, we're looking to chat with Roland and Angel as soon as we can get the audio up. They're on our video feed. We can see them very well, and they look clear. If anything, we look fuzzy. It might be on our end, so we're double checking everything to make sure we can get through here.
I don't know if they can hear you.
All right, so you're hearing them and us.
Yeah, are they hearing us?
If you can hear them, we can't hear them.
I don't know why. That must be our thing.
All right, so we can hear.
Let's see, my volume is up. And so, Thomas Family, you guys are good. It's us.
Okay.
So this is why I have people that know what they're doing that's not me.
Hey, we understand.
So, Bob, y'all are saying you can hear us?
Yes, we can hear y'all.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh wow, because we can't hear you. So obviously we're
It's not my TV. It's not that. Unmute.
Wow.
My computer's not.
We have done this before, so
No, it's okay.
not our first rodeo.
It's okay. I was for sure it was on us. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sure.
I need headphones. I've never used headphones before, Bob. That's what it is.
She's got her Bluetooth on.
Oh, okay.
What I let gotta do it.
See? Smart people.
That will do it.
Okay. Cool.
How about now? Oh, now we can't hear.
Uh-oh. Now we can't hear you.
They put in the headset?
Okay.
Oh, they're on mute.
Oh, they're on mute. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think y'all on mute now.
Oh, this is just so fun.
There we go.
There we go.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks, Bob. You're right. You got me. Because earlier he was editing, and so I was listening and on some lives, and so I was like, oh, well, let me put my headphones on. Totally
Yeah,
didn't.
because we're in a camper, so when I'm overdubbing, her sound comes through on my microphone. So I'm like, can you put on your headphones so I can overdub? So welcome to RV Weekends. We're so glad we got you here.
All right,
Yes,
glad to
we're
be
glad
here.
to be
Everybody hearing us okay now?
Thank you. Well, we wanted to let you guys introduce yourself so everybody can get to know who you are and what you're all about.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're Roland and Angel Thomas, Thomas Family Life. So it's excited to be here. We've been full-timing for about a year now. Yeah, about a year now.
Exactly a year.
Exactly a year.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
you know, it's been quite the journey. You know, it's been fun. You know, that there's definitely been its challenges, but there's been too many highlights that's absolutely changed our life over the past 12 months. So we're excited to be here with y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know
You-
what to say.
You've got how many children?
You got 2 kids, right?
Two?
Yeah, so we have 2 children. Ariel, she's 13, and Victory is 5. They both had birthdays on the road, so that was pretty cool and interesting.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that was real fun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, where are you guys from originally?
So we're from Houston.
Yeah.
We're from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both of you from Texas. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because we're from different places. She's from Virginia, right? And I'm a homer in Florida. I'm a Florida boy.
Huh?
Homeboy.
Oh, okay.
A Floridian.
He's like probably he's a rare breed. There's not many that were born and raised here and still here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We're
Yes.
we're rare breeds too.
And I was
Yeah.
actually born in Chicago. I've been living in Houston since I was a teenager, so I'm officially.
Okay. Well, I've never lived in a real city. You know, I've always been on like suburbs and out in the farm kind of ish, not true farm, but you know, not where we don't have buildings that are 10 stories high or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, gotcha.
We have horse pastures and I got a bunch of brothers and sisters and we had horses and go-karts and all the dirt bikes and things like that. So we're not really a farmer, but we certainly weren't in any big city and I'm still here loving it.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So we wanted to ask you guys a few questions and just get some feedback. And we both prepared some questions ahead of time. And I wanted to let Sherry go first because hers were a little more deeper than mine. You know, mine's are real.
We're simple.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did. We went in and I watched quite a bit of your videos, and I absolutely love them. We share a lot of the same core values. So that was one of the things that really made us go, we need to talk to them a little bit more because you know it's we got a lot of the same here.
Yeah.
Except our kids are grown and gone.
Okay.
We hear that a lot too.
We do hear that a lot.
Our camper sleeps 2 and a cat.
Oh,
That's it.
Only 2 and a cat.
2 and a cat.
That's it.
Yep.
Uh-oh, they froze. All right. Well,
So I wanted to also say, hey, to thank you to Bob's Adventure because you got us out of a little troubled spot, and Gina's sticking around, and Weekend RVing, saying hi to BB3 and Gary with Daydream About Nice Things. Y'all are awesome. Thomas Family Life looks like they might have froze. So I hope they haven't froze.
I don't know if we froze or they froze.
They froze.
Okay, well, we're going to hang around and wait for them. What a lifesaver with the Bluetooth headphone issue.
They dropped off.
So we were very grateful for that. We will try to remember that the next time when we go to do this again to make sure that our Bluetooth headphone is not connected. Right, Sherry?
Right.
I'm so glad you guys were here to help us, because we would have just stood here and looked at the screen and said, well, why don't we ask the question and you type the answer? That would have been really awkward.
That would not have been good.
No.
So Thomas Family, if you come back in here, we've got your link in here, and plus you can click the link I sent you in your email. But yeah.
Yeah. So the thing that I really loved about the Thomas Family, Roland and Angel, was their personalities. They were always upbeat and full of faith and just being positive about everything. So we're real happy about that. So,
We see you back.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I have no idea.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. You know,
That's okay.
sorry.
You know what? It's the joys of internet.
Oh my goodness.
It happens.
no
Believe
biggie.
me.
Hey, we couldn't get the
Hey, at least I didn't do it.
we couldn't get the microphone to work. How embarrassing.
oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. So, but yeah,
Fun.
we should be getting connected now. All right.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
All right.
all
so
right.
I want to go ahead and start with just a couple of easy questions.
Okay.
All right. And they're all lighthearted. Well, some get a little bit deeper.
I don't know about that.
Some are a little bit deeper.
Oh boy.
So how did this pandemic affect you guys' plans as full-time RVers?
It completely rocked our entire world, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So okay. When the pandemic hit, right? We were, well, before it was coming down, we were in Florida. So I think we was there for about almost 2 months, I believe, at that point, hanging out, checking out the Everglades and just all over the Florida. So it was, it was cool. And then we started hearing about it in China, and we praying about it and all like we start praying about it. God, hey, well, God, what do we do? Because honestly, that's just how we travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, we just really felt like, maybe we should go home, and we didn't want, we didn't want to. We was actually heading to the Smoky Mountains, and so we didn't want to, go back home, but we wanted to go somewhere that, all right, well, we don't know. We just had a reason that we wanted to go back home, and so we just really went with it, even though we didn't want to go with it,
Right.
And so it was a blessing, because when we did that, once we got into Houston, literally everything shut down.
It was completely insane.
Yeah. So all the travelers that we knew of, all other RVers that we're connected with, I mean, some were stuck in parks, some got kicked out of parks, some places you couldn't get to, which normally we boondock. And so, a lot of the boondocking spots were shut down too. And so it's, it would have been real bad had we not been back at home. So, we just praise God for just, leading us, and then we just listening to it and going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listening to it, that's the most important thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Praying about it is the big thing, but sometimes those answers come and we don't always listen. So
Absolutely.
We see that in the aftermath. You ended up where you needed to be.
Yep.
You followed the word.
Absolutely.
So with your littles that you have, how have you been able to communicate all of this change with them in order to reassure them and let them know that, things are going to be okay?
I mean, we've really been honest with them about everything that's been going on, just to not them in any kind of way, and everything's changing day by day. And the main thing I keep saying is, honestly, we're living moment by moment, day by day, and we literally have to rely on the Lord as our source and our peace. We can't rely on things that are happening in this world, because honestly, it's shifting and it's crazy, and there's just a lot happening. So if we stay focused on that, then our stress levels, our anxiety will stay on all-time high. Really, the younger one isn't. She's still in, her play stage. She's not really paying attention to any of this. And we haven't taken them inside of any stores, so she hasn't had to wear a mask or anything like that either. But the older one, of course, she sees everything that's happening, and she has questions. So that statement is really made for her.
And a little one, I mean, of course, she definitely sees it. So we'll go to the park, and they got the park wrapped off. And she's like, "Why can't we play it?" I said, and we'd be honest with you. We're honest with her. We tell her, hey, the city is shutting down fun because they think it's going to hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
How about the birthdays? How did you handle birthdays during all of this?
Well, the birthdays were before this.
Okay.
So it hasn't been too bad. Victory's birthday was a little different when we were in Florida because a lot of other stuff happened that had nothing to do with COVID went down.
Yeah. I think I watched
something with a birthday, and I was like,
yeah. If you guys, all you viewers, if you want to know about what happened, go to their channel and watch the video.
Watch their videos.
Yeah.
Their videos are amazing.
It's pretty serious stuff. I would be very like you guys, shocked to go through what you went through. So praise God that you made it.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Seriously, the hardest thing we've had to deal with, in a long time. So that was pretty hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's called
This is the end of our travel.
This is the end of our travel. So if you go to our channel, you can watch that video. You'll find out all of it.
What I was gonna say is I literally mentioned something to Sherry about we got to make a change here. We got to do something as a backup,
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it helped us for us to see what you went through. It helped us to learning something.
Learn from our face falling forward. Oh man,
goodness.
yeah, just learn from all.
Isn't that what this community is all about?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's sharing all the good things, sharing the bad things, sharing our mistakes, sharing our joys and our blessings. It's what it's all about.
Absolutely, because I think a lot of folks, they get on Instagram, they look at they see all the pictures, they see
pictures.
You see living on top of the van, with the seat
Exactly.
cover, or it's the RV and tucked in on the edge of the mountain, If you realize, hey, if I get too close to the mountain, I might lose my whole house. If I don't level it right, we might have some issues, So nobody really thinks about the rest of that stuff. But I mean,
we've talked about that. It's not all unicorns.
Oh no,
and rainbows.
There's a lot of unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah, but you do have to have
other stuff.
Yeah, and I would definitely say make sure you have some emergency fund. Tucked away.
Absolutely,
because there was some unexpected.
I wasn't going to give it away, Angel.
Oh,
I didn't want to know what happened, so I wanted to go to you.
Okay.
I'm tiptoeing around that. But if you check out our last video, we had on the lighter note, I was cooking and I dropped a plate of bacon on the floor. I mean, it's just stuff happens, I mean, our propane stopped working tonight. I'm literally turning on the burner. I'm cooking spaghetti. I'm making the noodles, and all of a sudden, no flame.
We got nothing.
Okay.
We have propane, but we've got nothing.
Yeah. So we're on the phone with our manufacturer because we're within a year. We have a brand new RV. So anyway, so we're hoping that anyway, just stuff happens. We know stuff happens on the road.
But things happen. You're right.
It happens. And that's.
Hey, you know what? Plan B. I got Plan B and Plan C when we're boondocking. Plan B, if we're out on the road, I got a gas, portable one, right?
Yep, we do too.
Where we're mooch docking, Sherry has a barbecue grill out here, so I use the barbecue
got cooked
grill.
on the grill.
That's right.
Hey.
I love it. So the things you don't think
literally,
about.
hey, no lie, Roland, I was on the phone with the manufacturer and I'm stirring the pasta and I'm telling him, you realize I'm cooking noodles on a grill. I should have took a video camera out and videotaped it. This would have been a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just we've been through the same thing. We have our little portable. We ran out, but this was us in the beginning. Not really knowing how long the propane is going to last.
Yeah.
Right,
We're not and because no. Let me back up. So we have our oven now. We didn't figure out how to use our oven until about 6 months into travel.
Oh wow!
The little thing did the little spark didn't work. Spark thing doesn't work. So the pilot realized
You have to
we
go
just
in
thought
there
it was
and actually
broke.
light it.
So we have to go in and light the pilot and turn it on. Found out the thing works. I said, "Hey,
We finally had
It was
oven
on.
pizza.
we was having pizza, you know." so
Biscuits.
I'm propane. Yeah, we having biscuits and cinnamon buns for propane lasted us like 2 months. But prior to that, this time we burned it out in a week.
Mhm.
It was
All that bacon, all that.
it was making all that pizza, all them potato puffs.
Yeah, Jerry
Awesome.
just did a video on baking cookies in the oven. So
Oh yeah.
Those ovens are tricky little boogers.
They are.
They
are
are.
tricky.
And they're different. It's a whole nother thing doing it in RV.
Yep,
Mhm.
gotta learn it. So let me see.
one more question for Sherry.
One more question.
One more
for
question
me.
for Sherry.
So do we go? It's eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
So I'm going to go ahead because we've done some lighthearted ones. I'm going to give you, we're going to do the one I have that I think is pretty relevant right now. So diversity lately has been a huge topic.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, as a Christian family, feel the RV community is in regards to equality?
Oh,
You want to start?
yeah, I feel like the RV community has been extremely welcoming.
Yeah.
We've had a wonderful time traveling. We haven't really experienced a whole lot of, we haven't experienced any hatred, I would say that, but we haven't experienced a whole lot of signs or weirdness or people treating us weird. I would say probably in about one place since we've been traveling for the past year.
Yeah.
And I think that's been great. I mean, we've met people at churches that don't look like us. They are from, all walks of life, and they've been extremely welcoming as well.
Yeah.
I honestly, people in general are good. I mean, that's been my experience.
Or good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the nomad community, the RV community, and I think they're just welcoming, and maybe even in general, because I mean we've seen so many different people traveling. Now, do I think that there is, that there isn't a lot of representation? Sure,
Right.
there's not a lot of Black representation, or really any other nationality representation when it comes to like the marketing and stuff like that. But we know that folks travel, but you just don't see a lot. You don't see a lot of Black full-timers. But I do. I mean, I remember, when we were we stayed at, it was our first. No, not Boondockers Welcome. Harvest Host. It was our first Harvest Host. No, second Harvest Host. And we stayed at it was like a wildlife refuge, and these two Class A's pull up, and I was like, man, there's some nice Class A's. We got a little travel trailer, and they pulled up. They were two Black families. It was super cool. Yeah, I mean, I was like, all right, but they were heading to a Black RVers rally or something somewhere. I was like, oh, cool, never heard of it, didn't even know it was a thing. But as far as full timers, or we haven't seen a lot, and we don't see, again, we just don't see a lot of other minorities just camping and traveling and being outdoors, but they are out there, and so
they're out there.
That's just been my experience. But as far as running into any kind of racism or stuff like that, I think we had a little bit when we was in Moab, but it wasn't nothing that wouldn't have been that normally happens. Sad to say, but but yeah. Overall, it's been great.
I want to catch up real quick with like a couple people have sent us some questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll head over to Robert's ones.
Sure.
So a lot of people said they've already been over to your channel and checked you out, and they said they love your intro.
Oh, thanks.
So that's awesome. A lot of people liking your video.
Oh, thank you.
Daydream about nice things. Gary wants to know if you own a Blackstone grill.
No. We have a Magellan.
We don't either.
I don't know what that is, but when we talk about the little portable grill, we have a little Magellan.
It's like a griddle.
Oh, it's a griddle.
Okay. No.
It's like a griddle, and apparently it's the bomb to have if you're a camper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we might look into it then.
I don't have one.
We don't have it yet. Everybody keeps talking about them on some of the other channels, and I'm like, wow, do I need to get this? Because I'm getting a little like envy. Like, what's that?
Okay, now I gotta look it up. You know, because we'll make it to that real quick.
Well, when I was doing a breakfast video where I was making eggs, and I was talking about a griddle, you know, and how the griddles have the residential griddles have a crown on them, just so the grease goes to the edge and it goes to a little tray. Well, I don't want that. I want a flat griddle.
He wants to fry in the grease.
So my egg doesn't go to the corner. You know, when I crack an egg, I don't want all that going to the. Anyway,
it's like the grill.
Somebody chatted in and said, "Get a Blackstone right away."
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll have to look them.
Yeah, check it out. Blackstone.
A Blackstone grill.
So, I wanted to also mention, when I started watching your videos, I started getting a lot more black RVers on my feed. You know, so that was kind of neat. I got to see the different way that people were doing it and their way of speaking, and that's something that intrigues me because, you know, I've been to Peru and I've been to Puerto Rico and on mission trips, and it's nice to see the different type of people, the way they talk and things like that, and also how the way they camp. So that's very interesting to me to be able to learn from them how they do it.
It's different in the same.
And I've actually experienced some racism in Puerto Rico because I was a gringo. I wasn't a Latino, and I didn't know how to play dominoes or whatever. I didn't know how to do whatever. And, you know, I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I know some Spanish, and I can, you know, we know when people are upset or when they're happy or they're joking. Yeah. So I can tell when somebody was like not happy when I wasn't playing dominoes good enough for them.
Oh man. They were like me. I count too long.
Yeah, and then I heard it on the street, somebody saying, "This stupid gringo parked his car right here," you know, like that kind of stuff. So you know, I've been to different places, so I enjoy the different cultures and learning. So when I got all these new people on my YouTube feed, I was enjoying it because I'm learning a lot more about the way different people camp. So I got some questions that are pretty simple stuff, like both of y'all can chime in. What's your first memory of camping or seeing camping or being at a campsite?
Oh man, then literally camping, I was terrified of it. Bugs and everything. I literally, our first trip, I had a blast, and it was my first experience. I couldn't wait to get back out there, and now I'm in love with being in the woods and in the mountains.
Right.
Yeah. So when we were there, again, this was our first trip. And so I camped before, I camped with the Boy Scouts, you know, and it was real rough with them Boy Scouts. I mean, that was luxury camping if you had a regular tent with a zipper on it, you know. And so I've been, telling my kids and telling Angel, and so I think I just did help. You know, to me it was exciting for the challenge, but Angel was like, I don't know about this, you know, and then we get there and just hoping. You know, I was hoping this was gonna go good. I said, we got one shot. We got one shot at this.
It was
it was great.
Hiked to waterfalls and swam in fresh water springs, and we had a great time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. So, do you prefer cooking in your RV, or do you prefer getting food out? Do you enjoy the cooking part, or do you like going out to eat?
Yeah, I prefer cooking my own food. Because I'm kind of great, and sometimes food isn't good. So I feel like I spend, money on food actually, but do like trying out local spots, so I like to try out the occasional local line and what they have going on. But for the most part, we really don't need a lot.
Let me ask you a question about our connection, because do you have anybody in your RV using your internet? Because you're just starting to pixel out a little and losing some audio. So we're losing you. I don't know if it's us.
No, it's. I think it's my.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making sure we're off.
No, it's
yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much have lost you almost totally now. You froze on the screen, but we're really enjoying your input has been really good.
You froze in a really good position.
You froze in a great position. You're not looking any weirder or anything like that. Bob's Adventure said you may need to refresh your page. You might try that.
So you might, hop out and hop back in.
Yeah, he did say the Boy Scouts. Yeah, I didn't hear the Eagle Scout, but I did hear the Boy Scouts camping. That was pretty fun. Well, I have a few more questions, so hopefully we'll get them back. I know for me, I camped as a young kid. I don't even remember the first time I ever camped because we were doing it all the time. Every summer, I remember my parents taking us. So I don't remember the first time, but I just remember camping often. And my parents taking us to Stone Mountain, Georgia, or Myrtle Beach, or the Smoky Mountains, or definitely the Keys, the Florida Keys. So I remember camping early as a kid, and I still hit the Keys every year. It's just one of those things where the water's so pretty and the fish is always full.
Okay. See.
All right.
I see you back.
It's still spotty, but I can see you. There you go. That's a little better.
I like your mug.
Boy Scouts. Yeah. Let's see. How about now?
Yes.
That's good.
Okay.
Yes.
So sorry. I mean the
That's so good.
It's
We're
been
trying
over here, and so
the
I think
is
the Wi-Fi is acting up.
Yeah, one of our videos when we were RVing, we were checking for Wi-Fi everywhere we went, and we literally had to go to Walmart to get a Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah,
We did a live at a Walmart parking lot in the pouring down rain.
Yes, we did a live at Walmart, and a Walmart employee knocked on our door to see if we were here to pick up something. We were not.
Because we parked in the grocery delivery area where you can go for the drive-up delivery.
Okay.
Not the drive-up, the pickup area. And so they came out there in the pouring down rain.
Yeah.
Are y'all waiting for some groceries? Oh,
Yeah,
you're fucking up your internet right now.
and we're in my pickup truck. In the backseat of the pickup truck is just boxes and everything behind us. It's not a very scenic view.
That is funny.
And also something else is we're using StreamYard, and StreamYard has like great perks, but it also needs a lot of internet to work really well. So that's also part of it. We don't have a ton of stuff, so we can't do a whole lot of lives any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got you.
Well, I got another question.
Okay.
Oh, did you have something you want to say?
No, we're good.
Okay. I'm a hobbyist myself, so I was curious about your hobbies. Both of you, Angel or Roland, what did you do before you were RVing? Did you have any kind of hobbies? And once you started RVing, did they change?
So for hobby, I like to do a lot of crafts and things like that. So crocheting, making beauty products, and just doing craft, making furniture, and things like that. We got reviewing furniture. So I picked up painting. So I started painting,
Okay.
doing
Me
oil
too.
painting. Oh, really? Cool.
All right.
I haven't picked it back up again because I haven't figured out how to do it in an RV yet.
Oh, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. Probably easier than painting furniture, though.
Right.
True. That is true.
So yeah, but I've been back and
Well, so I mean, okay. So prior to traveling, so I do martial art, and I tried out for the U.S. Karate Olympic team. So that was a part of us, doing my full road trip. So karate is definitely a big thing. Now I haven't been able to train like I did when I was training, but so we got a lot, and we still.
But anyway, I mean, he said, I heard him say something about it, karate, but it's not karate to the real team. Yeah, they have amazing energy. Yeah, that's what I gravitated to them because of their attitudes and personalities. They invest their life and enjoying their life no matter what comes at them and trusting God they're going to get through it because they can't pout about all that other stuff.
That can help us to pout. All right, we'll see you again.
Okay.
sorry guys.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know.
We apologize.
I really
We heard you was into karate and you tried out for the karate team or something.
Yep. So I tried out for the U.S. Olympic team. For 2020, karate was being featured for the first time in the Olympics, and so that they was going to have their debut this year, and so I was trying out for the Olympic team to make the team. I missed it. I missed the initial cut by 2 slots, so it was pretty fun. But so fitness is a big thing. So we work out. We still work out a lot now, and then I've always liked taking pictures and art and stuff like that. And so so we do the photography, and I do the photography. Then obviously making YouTube videos is another form of that art as well. So I really enjoy doing that. So that's the hobbies that I have. Yeah.
So Gary is telling me there's no audio for me. You guys hearing me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Phew. I thought I was getting ready to check this thing again and go, wait a minute, no, it's off.
Reconnect.
Did the cat turn it on?
Well, yeah. Is there anything that, we all left things behind when we're full-timing. Is there anything that sometimes you kind of miss and think about sometimes that you wish you could do?
I honestly was excited to go on this trip. I literally was just like, let's sell all our possessions and do this. The hardest thing for our family had to be our 13-year-old daughter. She's very involved in our church, and leaving devastated her.
Yeah.
Which she didn't really express until we were already gone. But
Wow.
Wow. So it was pretty hard on her. She really started to enjoy it. Probably about 9 months in.
Yeah.
She allowed herself to start having fun.
Yeah.
We wrote about that on the blog with Core Industries. And she got to tell a little bit of her story and how she felt about it on there. If I find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Their link.
Think of all the memories she's making right now. You guys are making with her.
Yeah.
She's experiencing a life that few kids ever get to see.
Yeah. I feel like going through that though, she has so much more gratitude and appreciation for her parents and her world and for what God is doing in her life. After getting past the pain and the sadness of it all, seeing the good, I've definitely seen a difference in her attitude and just her heart period. So it's actually working for the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, for me, it probably wasn't, you know, probably wasn't a lot. I mean, you know, us just that we had the goal of getting on the road and traveling and seeing the country. And so now I think for us it's a little different because, you know, we put a time limit on it. We said, you know, this wasn't something that we're going to do forever. You know, so I know some want to be nomads for the rest of their life, and that's cool, you know. But for us, we weren't going to do it forever. So you know, we like, all right, well, we're going to see this and see this and see this, and probably take a few years to do this, and then you know, on to the next adventure. And so that you know that for me that's what, you know, we just roll with it. You know, it's just kind of how we are. You know, we see it, and we say, all right, we're just gonna go for it, and we go for it 300%. So, you know, we don't look back, and we just run. You know, that's
well, that answer rolls into my next question. That
Okay.
You know, what's your goal in 1 year or 3 years or 10 years, whatever your intervals are? What are your goals?
So the next adventure would be a homestead, which has pretty much always been the plan. Settling somewhere, anywhere where we found that was amazing. So yeah, that's our next adventure after RVing.
Yeah. So you know, it's a YouTube continuation, right? So, you know, it's the tiny living, it's the container home, it's you know, it's the full, you know, the full sustainable living. So you know, because, you know, when you travel full time, you learn how to be pretty self-sustaining. You know, I mean, I think that aha moment came maybe a few months in. We was like, you know what, we have legit been able to fully operate, you know, away from a stationary location. It was something extremely freeing about that revelation, you know. And so with that, we're like, oh man, yeah, you know, we'll find some place to get some land and do this next little adventure, you know.
I love that.
Do you have a place that you look forward to going to as a repeat you know, visit?
Oh yeah. Oh man, let's see. So maybe two places or one in particular.
I mean, for me, it would be Crested Butte, Colorado. Colorado in general is just like, do they have bad places?
Colorado's
never been there. I would love to go.
Oh yes. So La Plata Canyon. Was.
If you have a 4x4, you can drive to the top of the canyon, and it's nothing like you've ever seen before. You can't get a tour there. Crowds of people. You can only get there by like a motorcycle, a 4x4, or something like that with all 4-wheel drive. Can get you there too.
So La Plata Canyon is in Durango, Colorado. So it's a little bit outside of Durango. So that place, like, beautiful. You know, Crested Butte, beautiful. I mean, I would think I would probably go back to the Redwood.
Redwood Forest.
Oh yeah. The come on.
Silverton, Colorado.
No, it's the Redwood. It's the Sequoia. The Sequoia National Park. We got not the Redwood Forest, but the Sequoia National Park. So we went there and we had camped right in the middle between the park and the canyon, and so we was able to camp in the middle. With boondock in the middle at the national forest, the national forest, the Redwood National Forest, Sequoia National Forest, something like that. And so it's in between both canyons. That place was just beautiful, man. Those trees.
We were far away from a lot of people, so it was really private too. Unfortunately, they did have a burn ban, so we didn't have fires. But that's okay. We got to enjoy the park. It was really fun. Another place that we've already repeated to, and we will keep probably going, is the Grand Canyon.
Oh yes.
So yes, I've been to the Grand Canyon.
I have not.
Oh, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
When you go,
keep telling him.
Yeah.
So there's a national park. National forest right before you get into the park. So you can get free in the national forest.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Oh, really?
Drive and then literally drive right into the Grand Canyon.
So you can save a little money.
Save some money.
Yeah. That's a great thought. When I went to stay in a hotel, you know, and I took my little small children. They had never seen snow, So the cool thing, I went in November and I drove up in a rental car from Phoenix. So I flew into Phoenix, and on the way there, and I think it's the same for us, we're coming up from Phoenix, it started to snow.
Oh yeah.
On the way there. So it was so beautiful to see the snow. And I'm a Floridian, so snow to me is still beautiful. It's not a headache.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. You sleep, man. You just wow.
Right. So we literally stopped at a McDonald's at the Grand Canyon area, and I let the kids go out into the field and play in the snow while I sat in the car and the heater was on.
Oh yeah, yes.
Make snow angels.
Yeah.
When we were there, right at the end of the season, and so legit, I think this was the first time my daughter had seen snow. So it just we woke up the next day and it was just white, just snow everywhere, and so we opened the door, and the little one, Victor, she just like
lost her mind. That's her favorite place because of the snow.
She would tell you the snow.
Yeah.
Right. She'll always remember the snow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The Grand Canyon.
Did you have any questions for us? I know that kind of sprung that on you, and that's okay if you don't have any. I always want to just say, hey, you got anything you wanted to ask us? Because I'm sure you were looking at us to see who are these people who want to talk to us.
I actually didn't crazy. I'm sorry. I was just like, okay, great. But
we had it to us before too.
Sorry, I was talking when you were talking.
To us. Somebody asked us they wanted to talk to us. They're like, who is this person that wants to talk to us?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think for us, it's definitely that when you meet other people who travel, right? It's just that connection, that kindred travel spirit, and so we love connecting with other travelers. So it's fine for us.
Yeah. The question I was asking,
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off.
That's all right.
I was just gonna ask you the same question you asked us. Like, what places would you travel to? Where would you go back to?
We go to the Keys.
Oh, okay.
So we're the Keys every year. We're going in about 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
We're gonna go for 2 weeks.
And you know what? We was down there looking at the Keys and just didn't make it. We stopped at the Everglades and just kept going around the Everglades and trying to find coconut trees to climb.
Yeah.
Did you find any?
No, there ain't none.
I got some
coconuts at a weird little beach park.
Yeah, I found some park.
And we found some.
You should have saw me out. Oh, I was running back to the truck. I had about 10 coconuts. For real.
Wow.
So we do a lot of the state parks too.
Okay.
Yeah. We enjoy the state parks.
Do y'all mainly travel in Florida? Where do y'all how do you guys?
Yeah, we're weekend RVers.
Okay.
But we are in our RV because of Dave Ramsey.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it makes a difference. You can do some real you can make some leaps for it. When you
We're
bite.
not just doing the gazelle. We're like gazelle on steroids.
Yeah. It makes a big difference. I was laughing when we first bought an RV. I looked at my wife and I said, "Honey, we just bought our first house cash."
But now we own our home.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it definitely frees up a lot of room to move forward, leaps and bounds in your finances. So
yeah.
Well, where we're at, we're mooch docking in a family member's backyard during the week. We both have day jobs, and then we take off for the weekends wherever we can get scheduled. Of course, we're trying to build up a schedule now after COVID. We had several trips canceled, but we're kind of new to this. We didn't start this channel till really January.
Okay.
And so when the COVID hit and we had to lock down, I was pulling off old footage from my computer that I had sitting around from past trips that I was taking, and I do the keys every year. I do the keys, and my family, we all camp. So we have some state parks that we've been going to since before I started the YouTube channel. So I'm trying to turn, these clips of pictures into a cohesive video.
Yeah.
Which was not easy. But since then,
trust me, I know.
but since then, we've started scheduling things to where we're going every other weekend to go to a park somewhere.
Good deal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so our situation's a little bit different since we both get up in the morning and go to work and then come back to the RV, and it's a little different.
Yeah, it's all good, and I think there's just so much, so much flexibility that comes with, when you have an RV, so yeah, and when you do it right, when you have a plan, you're able to accomplish the goals that you have set forth, especially when you have that 50% of your income, is now. You brought that back. You're saving that now, to you be able to allocate other places. Man, it's freeing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So super cool.
Absolutely.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we give you guys a chance to talk about your lives and express it to our viewers, as few as we have. We don't have a lot, but we also wanted to jump and get your viewers to see who we are, to maybe get them to enjoy some of what we do. And cross culture, so we're so happy that you joined us to do this, and I would not like to stop. I would like to keep going.
We could talk all night long.
But
if our internet would hold up, we would do it all night long.
Oh man. Again, I'm sorry,
oh
y'all.
My goodness.
We just need to go out and start a fire, and then we could just have like a campfire hangout.
That's right. We could.
Nice. That's it.
S'mores.
Yes. Well, we want to thank you for coming in. We really appreciate you guys, and we hope that you guys are blessed beyond what you dreamed of. We know our God is able to do everything exceedingly greater than what we can imagine. And we are blessed, and we know you guys are blessed. So we pray God's blessing on you guys as you move forward.
Thank you so much. And we'll tell you, we truly enjoyed our time with you. Even though the internet
with the glitches,
acting crazy, we appreciate it. So we'll share it. We love it. Like I said, we love the connection. We know how it is. How it is building a channel and building that content. So. However we can help, that's what we do. That's what we enjoy.
And we'll definitely. I want to keep up with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll keep up with y'all too. Yeah. Now we got some new friends.
Yeah. See what your next step's gonna be, and when we head out west, maybe we're gonna need some Grand Canyon tips.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm telling you, yeah. Grand Canyon.
We'll probably meet you there.
That's what we're up there with
Wouldn't
you.
that be awesome?
We'll camp next to each other, and we just go ahead and do the Grand Canyon right. If you especially if you get around dust time, you can go out there. You can pet the elk, but don't tell them.
Don't pet the elk.
Don't touch them. But just give them some water.
They aren't afraid of people.
They're not afraid of people.
Like they come right up to you because they're looking for water.
Wow.
Yeah. So
yeah, it is. It's a little weird. It threw me off.
We're not used to, but I mean that elk, he was huge, but they just want the water. So you just go put the water on and watch them lick the water. It's the most.
Wow.
You encourage that.
You're not supposed to encourage it. So don't listen to me say that. Just erase all of that, but just knowing something cool that can happen. The water just comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any moose or elk here, but we get manatees here. Don't pet the manatees here.
Oh, don't pet the manatees.
Yeah, because we were kayaking and there were manatees around us, and somebody yelled at us.
I pet the manatee.
She pet the manatee. Somebody yelled out, "Don't put that on YouTube or Facebook. You'll throw you in jail."
I was so close. I was so close. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was so close. Like I was looking at the manatee. He just came up.
He couldn't wait to see a manatee. He was so excited.
I'm from Texas, man. We don't have manatees. And I was just like, he's right there. I could just, but I had to be an example for my kids.
That's right.
I had no kids around to be an example for, and I pet the manatee.
Hey, if you watch any of our videos, you'll see Sherry talking to these animals like they're humans. Oh, come here.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm with you, Sherry. I'm with you.
So it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. And I can't wait till we get to do this again.
Absolutely.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah, we appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Again, we're definitely doing it on some good internet next time.
Yeah,
and,
sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We will definitely do this again.
Absolutely. We'll get y'all on our channel. So we can we can ask y'all.
We would appreciate that.
That would be really cool.
We'd appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
All right, God bless you guys.
Till next time, we'll see you soon.
Have a good evening.
Bye. All right. So that was pretty cool.
Yes, we're very happy that they got to get back on with the stronger signal. And that's why I kind of asked them about if anybody was in the RV using any device with Wi-Fi. We've experienced that when we're trying to use the Wi-Fi and somebody else is on it. It doesn't work so well.
It doesn't work for us either.
So that's why we got to shut off everything and make sure our signal's strong.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Gina, Camping Therapy, thank you. Gary, great interview, thank you. It was fun. I had a lot of fun with them. I can't wait till we can do it again. And look, I even had a visitor the whole time. Oscar. Yeah,
he had to get in the screen, didn't he?
Oscar wanted to get on camera. Apparently,
he just got to get in the screen.
He's watching the birds outside. Probably there's probably.
Yeah, Oscar, the true house cat that never gets to go outside and chase after squirrels or lizards or anything. So he's looking out there going,
if there's a life out there.
And he knows it's not a great, easy place to live. So he doesn't really like being out there.
Yeah.
So he knows where it's best to live inside. It's safer.
He has air conditioning. He's spoiled.
Yeah. So you can see why we picked the couple Roland and Angel, because of their love for life. They truly enjoy their lives. They truly love people. And they just have an energy that I feel is relative to ours. You know, we do a lot of higher energy things. We like to go do things, and that's why we live the RV weekends life, because we like to get out and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
So we're glad you guys stuck around. We have I'm working on our first trip out after COVID lockdown, after we've been freed up. So I'm really taking a long time to do it because it's a lot of footage to go through. And I'm going to try some experiment for our next video. So I hope you guys will help me out with this experiment.
Yeah.
And you'll find out about it when the video is uploaded. Hopefully I'll have it done by Saturday. And it'll be something that I need audience participation to kind of help me judge on what people's content they like. Okay, he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine.
But, to help me create content for the viewer and not just necessarily what I think the viewer wants, because I don't know what the viewer wants. But I'm just interested to see what people like to watch. And so I hope you'll help us make better content. So I'm really spending a lot of time editing this video and trying to be as detailed as I can and make it as a quality video as I can make.
And
without a quality microphone.
So we weren't even sure that we were going to end up doing this interview tonight, because everything kind of has been up in the air a little bit. So at last minute, we kind of got it all narrowed down and nailed down, and I'm making thumbnails and all that stuff. I'm not feeling great. I think on some of the lives today I've chit-chatted. I had the COVID test done today, so prayers that comes back negative. So I'm quarantined until I know. I actually I guess I'm a YouTuber. I videoed the COVID test.
Mm.
So anybody think they want to watch what the COVID test is like? Let me know. Because I actually
I haven't watched it yet.
I sent it to him and he's like, I don't want to watch my wife getting tortured.
Mm.
Yeah, it was not pleasant. But let me know if you want to see it. I am probably going to go hit
Who
the
wants
sack.
a swab getting boogers?
It was they tickled my brain.
Yeah.
They tickled my brain. I felt like they came out my eyeballs.
Mm.
All right. So I think there's some more lives going on tonight. And there's
the cat again.
He's back that way.
Oh my.
I never
He
told you
just
this.
jumped down and fell down. Now he's back up again.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
We appreciate you guys and lots of love. And we will see you again soon.
See you soon.